Hi and welcome back to the Budget channel. My name's Kim and today I want to run you through week 3 budget of May 2023 and also check in on our week 2 budget. So today I've got my new planner, so an A5 ring planner, and the reason I transitioned out of my old planner, it wasn't because it wasn't suitable, it was actually brilliant, but I like to change my aesthetic or change my planners quite regularly. So I thought if I go into the ring binder, I always love a pink cover. I can change my dividers, I can change my inserts as often as I like it at a very small cost. So anyway, let me pull away this money and run you through my new binder. So this is just an Auto brand, $25 at Officeworks. The reason I chose it, love the color. Absolutely. As you can see from my old cash sinking funds A6 binder, which is a little bit old now, but still that's a blush pink, really light. And this one's a rose pink, which is probably my favorite pink out of all the colors. Anyway, let's open the binder and have a look at the inside. So it comes with 4 card holders, of which I've just got some die cuts. This is to represent myself and my dog Molly. I got that when I only had one dog, now I've got 2, so I feel a little bit guilty I don't have one to represent me dachshund. And then I have Bizarre. This one's from liveloveandcraft.com. And I'm not sure where this little positive quote come from, but it's nice to have something that's a bit positive around, so keep that one in there as well. And let me slow down and talk a little bit more. So these are your tab dividers. Now you will know there's a few black marks. Now that wasn't part of the tab divider. That is rubbed off my old binder. So these are about a year old, these tab dividers. And they're from liveloveandcraft.com. Now I have ordered some dashboards, but they haven't arrived. I only ordered them a couple of days ago. And I'll put those into the binder once they arrive. And they will also be from liveloveandcraft.com. So let me show you through. So finance tab divider, so that will be for our financial overview. And then we'll run over to the bills. So I've got little Dior teddy, so beautiful. And soft pink in the background with Dream, Part, Sparkle and Shine. Our savings tab divider. I really love to support people on Etsy, you know, trying to make a little bit of a side hustle, bit of a side income. Yeah, so I enjoy purchasing on Etsy or on their own websites. A lot of people have left Etsy now because of the expenses, but liveloveandcraft.com has their own website. And then the to-do tab. So anyway, let's go back and run through the inserts. So behind the finance divider, I have the financial overview, and it's part of a bundle I've purchased, which you can also purchase separately from the aestheticdollar.com. Now we'll have all the links below. That's just going to give us an overview for the year. Now I don't want to use it for the whole year of 2023. I'm going to start using it from July and run it through to June of 24, because I now want to start getting a snapshot of our financial years and see how we go of our income. So when we're around tax time, we can see where all our money went for the financial year. Now I do also have a clear tab divider. I got these from Kiki K. I can't remember, I think I bought a set of 3 in the top tab dividers. You can't probably see, but that's a clear sticker with budget written on there. And this is where my budget inserts will go. So zero-based budget, and I'm going to run you through this a bit more in a minute. And that's from the aesthetic dollar as well. So your place to put your income for the month. Well, I actually purchased a PDF, so you can do that for every paycheck. So if you've got a weekly pay, a fortnightly pay, or a monthly pay, depends on how many you print. Now, I've currently printed it for the month because I'm trialing the month budgeting and just checking in with our cash, but it's a little bit more, you know, too much more thinking. So I'm maybe going to transition back to the weekly budget next week. I'll see what happens next month. Sorry, I'll see what happens. So there's a zero-based budget. So your income, write all your bills in the front, and then we move over to your variable expenses, which is your cash envelopes. So you got your totals and then your remaining. And then you move over to your sinking funds and what you plan to do from there. And that just goes on again. Oh, and then your debt payoff. So you just tick off as you've paid off your debt for the month. So I wrote a total of the mortgage in 1 month, but we actually paid every week. So 4 weeks or 4 Fridays in the month of May. So, and then they're the only debts we have. This one's my son's, but as I've said a million other times, I'm paying it while he's studying at the moment, which I'm happy to do. He didn't ask me. I actually wanted to do that. Now let's go over to the next. So right behind that's just another lot of the same pages. So the next tab divider is expenses. So aesthetic dollar again, weekly wallet tracker. So if you don't have a printer, you can buy bundles off the aestheticdoll.com. I will say though, she's from America, so it will cost you, our conversion rate and extra in postage and take a little bit longer to get here. So keep that in mind when you're looking at whether you want to print it or whether you want to purchase it as a bundle. You could always print it at Officeworks as well if you live anywhere near Officeworks. Excuse me. So the weekly wallet tracker. So I've converted the information from the last budget planner I was using. So for week 1, what we estimated, what we spent, and our variance. I also read under there what I've done with the extra money that was left over. So I threw $2.35 last week into our coin jar and I banked $100 instead of rolling it over. And I rolled over the $50 that was left from the fuel and I rolled it over into this week 2's fuel. So it gave me the 100 and I'll explain that on further. So yeah, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and I've just got extras behind that as well. And then we'll go over to the bills and I'll be marking off each month's bills that have been paid. So far we've paid UE, Ergon, which is our electricity, UE is our insurance, Canva, Amy Insurance, and I've also paid half our mortgage and half our BMW payments because we pay those on a weekly basis because I believe, if you pay weekly, you make a little bit more payments because you're paying 52 weeks a year rather than, 4 weeks. When you've got the extra 5 weeks in 1 month, it's an extra week's payment, if that makes sense. Anyway, over to the savings tab. Now the savings tab, I have these printouts. I'm pretty sure I got that from Marianne Cresp. I'm not positive. I'll have to have a look at that and put the link below. Pretty sure though they're from Marianne Cresp or the daisychain.com. It could be the Daisy Chain. And it's not .com. She is on Etsy. So the Daisy Chain's Australian girl. And then we move over to Do. And To Do is where I'm going to start tracking our weekly spends. So she has it for description, amount, and whether it's a fixed expense, a need, or an impulse. But I'm just using it as a way to keep tab of where we spent the money, how much we spent, and then categorizing it down to our categories. Instead of color coding it, I've just put in initials. So P for Paul's money, K for Kim's money, G for groceries, U for unbudgeted, L for lotto, and so on. So let's go through our week 3 budget. So as I said in the budget, we've done it monthly. So yes, we were paid $1,505.25. And so far this month, there are all the payments that we've made into our bills. And we have each week contributed to those mortgage, BMW, and gift. Now, gift is sort of like a donation. I just give that every week to a person. And then let's turn over to expenses. So expenses, as I said, is your weekly variable expenses. So my cash envelopes, let's go back. Sorry, I skipped ahead a bit too far. Trying to rush. Actually come up with a last minute trip to Sydney. So I'm flying out of Sunshine Coast tomorrow down to Sydney, which is lovely. I get to see my son for a few days, but it's made me feel very hurried. Anyway, the variable expenses I wrote in here is the month, and at the end of the month I'll come back and tell you the totals that we've spent for the entire month. And same as the sinking funds. And then the debts, what we've ticked off. But we got over into our week. One's already reported, but let's check out what we've done for week 2. So, sorry, my girls, I have recorded 3 times and had to stop because my dogs, every time I record, decide to play. I think they hear mum talking and think it's time to have fun. So anyway, let's go through. Actually, let's go back to the to-do tab and pull out our variable expenses tab. Now, I'm trying to be a little bit faster today, so I won't calculate it on camera. But as you can see, I've wrote down what category we've pulled the money from. So Paul's spending money, my spending money, groceries, unbudgeted, lotto, where are we? Eating out, celebrations, which is our birthday envelope. Well, I was intending on going through these and adding them all up. I forgot my calculator. I don't have my phone. So I'm just gonna, I had reconciled it so I know that it's correct as to what and reflects what's left over in our cash envelopes. So I'll just leave that to the side and I'll do that next week. And I'll let you know what it was we've spent in groceries. So let's grab our groceries envelope. So we had $2.50. We've got 5, 10, 12, 14, 16, $17.30 change. So that makes it $2.40, $2.35, $2.33, $232.70 was spent. So $17.30 remaining. What I will do is I will put this coins into my coin jar, which is starting to get a bit full now, and put the $10 back in and roll that over into the grocery envelope, of which I'll fill in a moment as well. And then fuel, I wrote down 93 because we had a receipt for that. And I have 2, 4, 5, 6, 7 left. So that's correct. I'll also put that into the coin jar. Pets, still have the $20 left. I'm going to roll that over as well. So spent nothing and I have $20 roll over. And then eating out, I haven't got that total, but I know we went over in eating out. I think it was by like $14 or $15. So eating out's over for the week, which is not good, but I will update this for next week. And miscellaneous, I budgeted nothing and we spent nothing on miscellaneous. We did have unbudgeted, which was health, and I'll update that for next week as well. I had a few doctor's visits and an x-ray, so yeah, that was a bit more than expected. And Lotto also went over for this week. I'm pretty sure I went at $30 instead of $20, so I'll update that for next week as well. But let's move over to week 3. Now week 3 groceries. Actually, before we do that, I might write in the coin that we put into the coin jar. Coin jar. So we minus the $14.30 from the $7.30 and $7, so $14.30. So that's what I'm going to add up. We'll roll over the other amount over till the next week. So week 3 in our groceries, we already have $10 in there. So right, plus 10. Daisy May, don't scratch Mummy's lounge. It's 51, 5200 we're going to put into that today. 51, 52, and the two $5 notes that is already in there makes $210 for our cash envelopes. So there's $210 for groceries. And wrote that a bit messy, but everyone gets the idea. And fuel, I have nothing left for fuel, put $50 in there. I did a little bit less for groceries this week. As I said, I'm off to Sydney tomorrow. Now that's going to come out of our renovation budget because it's unexpected and I've got a job. So I start again on the 30th. I'm back into managing in retail, so I'll enjoy that. And what I'll do is I'm going to use the money from our renovations account just to fly down to Sydney, catch up with my son, because I know I'll be busy and won't probably get to see him again until Christmas. And I haven't seen him since Christmas last year. And then, yeah, I'll reimburse that once I'm back to work. So $50 for fuel, $200 for groceries. Pets, today we're going to put in $30. So 20 in there already, 10, 20, 30. So that will make it $50. I'm not going to write in the extra. You'll see throughout the weeks the variance. So $50 in there for the pets. I think they're due next week to go to the groomer. So $50 pet. And then eating out. Let's pull this money to the side. So takeout, eating out for $50. I'm not sure how much of that we'll use. My husband might use it while I'm away. So put that $50 there. And then miscellaneous, I have nothing. And lotto, we have nothing. So we should have 220, I think it is, 51, 50, 220. Yep, 220 for our sinking funds. So let's move on over to our sinking funds, which is in our bills tab. We've already paid off the bills and we'll chuck that in. And sorry guys, I'll be more detailed next week. As I said, I'm a bit more in a hurry this week. And then our savings is our sinking funds. And once I've returned back to work, I plan on going back to saving for holidays and saving for more for renovations. So I'm going to start a new binder with some new sinking funds. Anyway, so car service is saying today that we had 360 and we didn't spend anything last week, so it's remained at 360. And today I'm going to put in the extra 20, so it should be 380. Let me just get that cash. So $20 for car service. So car service we've got 51, 52, 53, 20, 40, 60, and another 20 makes 380. So that's perfect. And then car rego, last week we're remaining 420. We didn't spend anything, so I still have the 420 and putting in an extra $60 today. So 51, 52, 53, 54, 20, and then the extra 60 makes 470, 480. So it's 480 for car regos, which is great. We're not due for a while for our car registration. Let's move it over and move our sinking funds over to this side. So celebrations, we're going to put in $20. So my niece's birthday in a few days, and I am going to order her some budget envelopes. She's just got her job and wants to budget straight away. So why not encourage her by getting a budget envelope? So I'm going to do that and order her some Cash Queen Australia's budget envelopes this week. Hopefully they will arrive on time. So land rates, well, they won't arrive on time. It's pretty close to her birthday, so it's my fault. $70. So that was, yeah, we spent 60 last week in celebrations for Mother's Day. So yeah, back to 20, back to the start. So land rates, we had 280. Let's count this, 51, 52, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. And another 70. So 300. Whoops, put it the right way. And 50. So 51, 52, 50, 70, 80, 90, 3, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. It's good to have changes. I said sometimes I buy out of there when I don't have the notes that I need. So, and lucky last is Christmas. Let's move back over to the left. Christmas, we currently have remaining from last week $900. So 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 900. So it makes it $950. So thanks guys for joining me again this week. I'm sorry that it's a little bit rushed. I will say with this planner, there are a couple of more things that I wanted to get. So the dashboards to go behind the clear tabs, instead of just seeing straight into the budget. I'd like to see a nice feminine picture there, which will be nice. But also a calendar. I didn't realise how much I'd miss a calendar. So I'm going to get a monthly calendar online. I don't know whether I'll get it from the Daisy Chain or from, I'm trying to think of Teledesigns. Teledesigns has an absolutely beautiful planner insert, so I might order some from her. I'll take a few days or a few weeks to figure that out. Anyway, I hope you're liking the new planner. I hope you like going through our budget. I'm sorry it's rushed, and hopefully next month we'll have it a bit more organised, and might go back to the weekly budget just to make a bit more sense. It's a bit more easy to explain each budget by week rather than by the month. So anyway, starting to ramble now. Time to go. Have a great weekend and see you next week.